Are you just tired of trying to solve your Rubik's Cube, but it just doesn't work? You've solved the first layer. As you can see, you've solved the first layer. But you can't figure out how to solve the rest of the cube. So, today, I'll be teaching you how to turn this into this. So, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get it so that the first layer is done. I have a video explaining how to get the first layer done, and from there on, if you've got the first layer done, let us begin how to get the second layer done. So, you've got your cube, you've solved the first layer. So, from then on, what do? Well, this is when algorithms come in. As I said in previous videos, algorithms are a sequence of moves to get a piece from one place to another place on the cube. So, an algorithm might look something like this. That was a quick algorithm. So, I'll be teaching you how to do that algorithm. So, the next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is to solve these second layer edges here. So you have one here. So we need to get this edge in the correct spot. We also need to get this one in the correct spot. We also need to get this one in the correct spot. And we need to get that one in the correct spot. If we do that, the cube should look something like, let me just do it. So the cube should look something like this. When you have one side solved, but you also have the first two layers solved. It should look like that after this step. So let's begin on the second layer of how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So, as I previously said, you'll need algorithms. So, let me just get it to the first layer done. And so the first algorithm the first thing you need to do is you need to find one of the edge pieces that does not have yellow on it. So this one is yellow. This one has yellow. And also this one has yellow. But this one doesn't have yellow in it. It's orange and blue. So what we need to do is we need to first align it to its centerpiece. So the color here, you need to align it to the centerpiece so it's not green, it's not red, but it's blue. Then you need to see what color's on the top of the cube. In this case, it's orange. Then you need to do this algorithm to get it to this slot. So all algorithms will be in the description of the video, and this is the first one mentioned in the description. So it goes up inverted, left inverted, up, left, up, front, up inverted, front inverted. So as you can see, we didn't mess up our first layer, but we got an edge done. So this step can be repeated. If you're lucky, it can get the first two layers done. But if you're not, you'll get something like this. Instead of it needing to go to the left, it will need to go to the right. So, in this case, you do another algorithm, which is like this. Up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, front. So that should have got another edge done. So with these two algorithms, I highly recommend replaying the video. And if your cube looks something like this, so you have a side done, and then if you turn these first two layers, you see that they're all 2x3 blocks built here. So if your cube is like this, you can continue on with the video. If not, pause the video here and then continue when your cube looks like this. So, and also these 3 pieces don't matter. So, the next step here is to build a cross on the top face like this. And it's going to be from yellow, because there's no yellow here on all of these pieces, and here's white. And white is opposite yellow, and yellow is the top color. So there's 3 cases there's 4 cases you can have. So, one of them is this dot case, where you have no yellow edges correctly orientated. You have this L right here. You have this line like this. Or you have the yellow cross already done. Your goal is to get the yellow cross already done. And it doesn't matter about these edge pieces just yet here. So, if you have something like, I'll just get it ready. If you have something like a dot case, what you do is this algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. That will get it to the line case, which is like this. The L case. So, from here, what you need to do is, you hold it so that there's the L right here. So they hold it like an L, and these corner pieces, they don't matter just yet. So from here, you do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Then you get a line case. So then from a line case, this is actually an OLL case, which is more advanced technique to get the yellow side done. So, but we're trying to just get across right now. We don't care about the corners. So, you hold it like this, and you do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And I got lucky, and I got OLL done, but there's no OLL in the steps. So, and OLL is an advanced technique. And so, we don't care about that. So, we don't care about these corners just yet. So, if your cube looks something like, if your cube has none of the corners correctly orientated, or 1 corner orientated, or 2 corners orientated, it won't matter, because we've got the cross already. So, your goal is to get to this cross. And if you use the algorithms I used, it should look something like this. The next step is actually, I'll just do something. So, your cube should look, so next step is the edges. So, the edges of the top layer. So, we have this one, this yellow and red one here, this yellow and blue one here, this yellow and orange one here, and this yellow and green one here. If you get lucky, you'll get all of them correctly orientated, but if you don't, I'll just do this algorithm. So, if you have something like this, there should always be 2 edges that line up. So, in this case, there's none that line up here, but if you turn the top layer enough times, you'll have 2 that line up. So in this case, it's the blue one and the orange one. It doesn't have to be blue and orange, but you hold them so that so it can either be, the 2 could be something like this. So the 2 correct ones could be opposite to each other, or they could be one on the left and one's on the back slot. So you hold it, so one's on the right, actually, not left. You hold it so one's on the right and one's on at the back, and you do this algorithm. This is also known as soon. So you do this algorithm, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U. So that should have done all the edges. But if you had 2 of the, so if you had an edge correctly done here and a correctly done here, then you would do something like this. Right, let me just get it to like that. So if you had something like this, so then you just do the algorithm, holding one at the front, do the same algorithm, and then you'll get it like this, so that there's one here and one here, and then you just do the same algorithm, and then it should line up. So that's that. So the next step is to get the corners done. So let me just get it to there. Okay, so now that we've got the edges done, as you can see, it should look, your cube should look something like this. So the next step is to find a corner that's correctly positioned, that's correctly permuted. That means it's in the right place, but it doesn't have to be twisted. In this case, I have none. So if you have none, correctly orientated, so you know if they line up, because if you see, because this one is yellow, blue, and red, so it's not correctly orientated because the centerpieces here are yellow, orange, and blue. So they're not orientated. Here it's orange, blue, and yellow. So it's not going to be correctly orientated because the centerpieces are yellow, blue, and red. If it's something like this, so you have it. So it's like, so you have blue, red, and yellow. And here you have yellow, blue, and red. Then you're correct. Then that's your goal. Your goal is to get it to this space, or this might happen for all of the corners pieces. So, like, if I twist the corner, it'll be in the correct spot. But in a competition, that's not allowed, so we can't do that. So we do the algorithm. Up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. So you do that algorithm, and it could. So you need to do the algorithm either 0 times, once, or twice. In this case, I need to do it 2 times. Well, actually, if you have one in the correct space, if you have one corner in the correct space, then you'll need to do it either once or twice. But if you have none in the correct space, then you need to do it at least 2 times or even 3 times. So if you have it like this, so that there's all of them are in the correct space, they just need to be twisted. So the last step, and I dropped my cube, the last step is to do this algorithm. So you turn it so that the white side is done. So you hold it so that the white side is facing up, and then you do this algorithm. You already know this. R, U, R prime, U prime. And then you continue doing that algorithm until there's a yellow piece here. And then if there's a yellow piece here, you turn the bottom layer, do 90 degrees to the left, and then you do the algorithm again. And it could be, you could need to do it either 2 times or 4 times, or it could be correctly orientated. So then now you need to do is R, U, R prime, U prime, 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 and you're 1 or 2 turns away from solving your first ever Rubik's Cube. Congratulations, that's it. So now my CFOP tutorials. CFOP is an advanced method used by many speed cubers. I'll be making a tutorial on that soon. So if you want to get even faster at solving the Rubik's Cube, I highly recommend to practice, and then I'll be making a CFOP tutorial. So stay tuned if you want to watch the CFOP tutorial, which might already be on my channel when you're watching this. So I have like, comment, subscribe, and bye.